Alrighty, boys and girls, I'm afraid I have to tell you a sad story. The Israelites have seen the Israelites have seen so much of God's power. They saw all those miracles that God did, all those signs he did in Egypt, how he sent lice and he killed the animals and all those things. They saw that. They saw how the Lord was for them with the Red Sea when he made it into dry land, and then he went and all the Egyptians got killed. They saw it in Merah when they threw that log into the water and God made it sweet. They saw it at Rephidim where somebody hit the rock and water came out. They saw God's power everywhere. They saw it at Mount Sinai with the thunder and the lightning and the earth trembling. They saw God's power. They knew. They should have known that God was for them. Even though the Egyptians had chariots and everything else, that was no match for God. God could easily get rid of them. And now, boys and girls, listen to what happens in this story. The people are on the edge of the new land. They've gone through the wilderness. That cloud, they came out of Egypt, and the cloud showed them in the daytime it was a cloud of pillar, and at nighttime it was a one of fire. And now they're down around this area here, and now they're getting close to the promised land. The wilderness was no fun at all. Boys and girls, sometimes we think of a wilderness as just sort of like sand. It was like rocky and sand, and it was just not a nice place to be. But remember, God had showed them every day. He gave them manna to eat. Well, God said to Moses, choose one person from each tribe and let them go and spy out the land. Boys and girls, a spy is somebody who kind of does things sneakily. They don't want people to see them, or they don't want people to know what they're doing. And so that's what Moses did. He chose one from Reuben, the tribe of Reuben, one from the tribe of Simeon, one from the tribe of Judah, one from the tribe of Benjamin, Zebulun. There was 12 spies. I don't remember any of their names except for the one that was the tribe of Ephraim. That was Joshua. And then the one from the tribe of Judah was Caleb. Well, Moses said to them, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go in and spy the land. Take a good look for us. Is it a good land or is it a bad land? Is the soil good or is it rich? Are there a lot of people there or are there just a few people there? Take a look at their cities. Are they just open villages or do they have big walls around them? Take a look and see if there's woods there or forests. And if you can, bring some of the fruit back from the land. So this is exciting. They're almost at their new land. And there the 12 spies go. They go up to the land and they take a look. They go a little ways up. They take a look and they take 40 whole days. They're looking everywhere. And when they get to one place, it was just the time of the ripe grapes. And there was this bunch of grapes that's so huge. It's a cluster of grapes that they cut it and they put it on a big rock. Big rod, like a stick, a branch that they put it over top of to show how huge it is. And they have pomegranates and they have figs. And now you can imagine the people who are waiting. Just like they were waiting for Moses, they have to wait again 40 days. And finally someone says, they're coming! They're coming! So those 12 men, they go to Moses and everyone's sitting around waiting. What's it like? What's the land that God is bringing us to like? And they say to Moses, it is true. The land that we're going, that you sent us out, it's a land flowing with milk and honey. It's a good land. Take a look at these grapes. It's amazing. But there's a lot of people out there. We saw the sons of Anak. Now, Anak, boys and girls, was a giant. We saw their sons, and we saw their cities, and they're walled up. They're very strong. And we saw these big, Caleb said, no. Stop. Shh. It's good. It's good land. God's going to protect us. We can go up because God... No, said the other 10. They're way too strong for us. They're so big. The Amalekites and the Canaanites, they're living in the land. And we look, when we had those big men, it was like we were like grasshoppers. Moses and Aaron fell on their faces. And the people, they did all night. They cried, oh, wish we had died in Egypt. I wish we had died in the desert. They didn't trust God that he could do this, even though they had seen his power so many times. Moses and Aaron fell flat on their faces, and Joshua said, don't do that. Stop talking against the Lord. Those people are no match for us because we have God on our side. If God has promised, he'll do it. The people aren't protected anymore. No, let's go up and do the land. He said, no way. Let's stone Caleb. They were going to stone Caleb and Joshua. They said, let's pick a leader. Let's walk back to Egypt. And then all of a sudden, God's glory cloud came. God said to Moses, how long do I have to put up with these people? I've showed them my power so many times, and they just will not believe in me. They will not. I'm going to make out of you. I'm going to destroy them all, and I'll make you into a great nation. And Moses said, no, please forgive them. Please forgive them. We don't want the Egyptians saying that you didn't have enough power. What's going to happen to your wonderful name? See how Moses is a little picture of Jesus again? You need to forgive this people. And God said, I will forgive them. I have listened to you. But there's going to be a punishment, a great punishment. These people said, oh, what's going to happen to our children? Oh, our children. Those children I will bring in, but not those people that continually did not believe in my power. There was 40 days. The spies were gone. 40 days. And they're going to wander in the desert for 40 days. None of the people that are 20 years old or 20 and up and older are going to go into the promised land. They're just going to stay here in the wilderness until they die. And then their children, the children who they thought would be killed, they're the ones that are going to go in. The only people that are not like that were Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, the son of Nun. They have a different spirit in them. They trust me. They are the only ones that are allowed to come in. And all those other 10 spies died. And now the people found out their punishment is that they're going to wander in that wilderness for 40 years. And so now they're going to go crying again. They said, oh, the next morning they said, okay. We did something wrong, but we're going to go up into the land. Moses said, no. God said, no. We're not, God is not going to let you get it. Oh, yes, we will. We'll show. We will get the land. We're sorry. And they went out without the ark, without Moses. And you know what happened? The Amalekites and the Hittites, or the Canaanites, they came out and they just killed them all. A whole pile of the army. And now, here they go. They're not going to go into the promised land, or in this way, it's promised land. They're going to stay here in the wilderness for 40 whole years. And their poor children have to learn how to shepherd the sheep and do things like that until it's time to go into the promised land. And that is the end of that sad story.